Hey, that's really sweet of you.
It was so good. It's just the way you plotted it, just the action was good. It was beautiful.
Oh, thanks. You made my day. That's really nice. Is there anything you'd like to see in the third book?
Oh my goodness.
I'll tell you this. The third book, I'm giving Morgan and Hester a little bit of a bridge of happiness. I'm doing that purposely. Kate is there, obviously, but she's not really a central part of the story. It focuses more on Angela White, the detective, and Hester's relationship with her and Morgan.
She's a good character.
Yeah, she's a good character, and people seem to have really liked her a lot. And it's going to stay in Boston. It's not going to leave Boston. But I just wanted them to have a moment of happiness. The fourth book will be a little bit more.
I had alluded to the fact the last time we had you on the show that maybe Sam and... Are you going to ever do anything with them again?
Well, Sam's dead, but Gabe is going to come back.
That's right. So, yeah, because he's in jail, right?
Yeah, he's going to come back, it depends on... He's either going to come back in the fifth or the sixth book.
Okay, because that was a good character, too.
Yeah, well, and I want him to have some good things happen to him, even though he's a bad person. He did some bad things, so...
Because you had said something about maybe writing their backstory.
Right.
Yeah. I might do that in the future, do another series where we go sort of backwards.
Because that's
I think that would be interesting.
Meant about them coming back.
Yeah.
From the dead.
Yeah. So I have to finish this book first. That's number one.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to try and fit a standalone book in there somewhere.
Well, be sure and let us know when it's out or it's ready to come out, and we can have you back on.
That would be great.
And the standalone, will it be a mystery?
Yeah, it'll be a mystery. It'll be more like domestic suspense.
Oh, sounds good.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. Well, stay in touch, you guys, and thank you so much. And if I can ever help you with anything, please let me know.
Edwin, you're the best. Michael. We love Michael, too.
I'll let him know.
And Edith Ann also.
Oh, yeah.
So we send them our best. We wish you a good rest of your day, and we hope to talk to you soon.
Talk to you.
Bye, Edwin.
Thank you. Bye-bye. It was nice to hear from Edwin again. We were privileged to sit with him at the dinner at Malice Domestic this year.
He hosted the table that we were part of, and we just adore him and Michael.
This was a good book.
It's a good follow-up to Little Comfort. Little Comfort left a few questions.
Did a good job of answering most of those questions.
Absolutely.
Not all of them, but
I think there's still some more questions that need to be answered.
Oh, yes, and cannot wait for the third one.
Edwin does an excellent job of telling a story and weaving a mystery.
Yes, and weaving some action. There was a lot of stuff going on in this book.
There was more action in this one than there was the first one, definitely. It was very well done.
Very highly recommended from the Dark and Stormy team.
Yes, but I will say this to our listener. If you haven't read Little Comfort, read that one first, because it's a good series. This is one you really should read from the beginning.
And I would say that you could read The Missing Ones by itself, and it would make sense. But if you want to know more of Hester's story,
you need to read the first one.
You definitely want to check that one out first.
Yes.
And it's an excellent read, of course, as well.
Yes, it's a great series. We're enjoying it very much. Well, next we have a report on a true crime book by the prolific writer Diane Fanning. We attempted an interview with her. Due to technical difficulties, we weren't able to connect.
We sent the questions that we were going to ask in the interview, and she answered, so we will synopsize her. Diane Fanning is an Edgar Award-nominated author. She was born in Baltimore, Maryland, so she's a hometown girl, and she attended Perry Hall High School, which is right around the corner from my house, actually. She has written 15 true crime books and many mystery stories as well. She's appeared on 48 Hours Mystery on CBS and has also appeared on the Investigation Discovery Channel.
Death on the River is Diane's latest book. It seemed like the perfect romantic afternoon, a kayaking trip for two on the Hudson River. But it ended in tragedy when beautiful blonde Angelica Grasswall called 911 to report that her fiancé, the handsome and athletic Vincent Fiore, had fallen into the choppy, frigid waters. Authorities assumed it was an accident. But when the bereft bride-to-be posted videos of herself doing cartwheels on social media shortly after Vincent's body was found, suspicions of murder rose to the surface. Diane does a lot of research. She gives you the facts without prejudice. Objectivity doesn't come naturally to her. It needs to be policed. It helps that she established the use of it afterward in her books so that she can give her true opinions and experiences after the book is over.
Diane is intrigued with cases that have elements where she can learn something new. For example, she says in her book, Bitter Remains, there was a dismembered body, which she had never written about before. Also, there was an actress, a musician, and an artist in a triangle involving a child custody dispute. And that was a very new angle or aspect for her to write about.
Diane only updates her cases when her publisher requests that she do so. Other than that, she updates on social media or on her blog. One rare exception was when USA Today published her piece on the execution of Tommy Lynn Sells, the serial killer featured in her book Through the Window.
When we asked Diane what motivated her, she responded in a very interesting manner. She was living in a community that was half rural and half suburban. There were little clusters of houses in between the fields and the meadows. And a friend and she were walking to the store. On the way down through the rural section, a car stopped and asked for directions. We've all heard this story before. They were trying to tell him where to go, but he said he had trouble understanding and asked if they would look at his map. Now remember, these girls are only 9 years old. They can't be very
well, and
aware.
It was also at a time and place where there wasn't so much stranger danger.
Exactly. He opened the car door and he was exposing himself. He grabbed her arm and started bullying her, and she was fighting him. At that moment, another car came over the hill and started blowing the horn, and the man let go and sped away. She memorized his license plate number. Her mother called it in. The police stopped him, and in the trunk of his car, they found evidence that he was responsible for the sexual assault and murder of an 8-year-old girl the day before. She just asked herself, why me, and how could anyone do that? And that sort of motivated her to start writing in the future.
Especially true crime.
Yes.
From all of her books, she says there are 2 stories that stick with her the most. The first is Susan McFarlane in Gone Forever, because she was able to read Susan's personal diaries and journals, as well as interviewing friends and family. She got to know her personally, and she really missed being able to really know who she was or get to meet her. The other was Kathleen Peterson in her book Written in Blood. She became personally affected because of all the stories that Kathleen's sisters shared with her. She deeply admired her. So those 2 stuck out the most for her.
Diane was awarded the Defender of Innocence Award. We were curious what she received that for. In the story Through the Window about the serial killer Tommy Lee Sells, she worked with the mother, Julie Ray. She wrote about the case in the book, testified on Julie's behalf, and for that she was awarded the Defender of Innocence Award from the Downstate Illinois Innocence Project, which is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Diane gets her materials in multiple ways. Sometimes Court TV provided gavel-to-gavel coverage on television. Other times she viewed videos both online and post-trial. She was also given the opportunity to review transcripts in the defense attorney's office and at an appellate court facility. She gets access to the information on the cases that she reviews.
In Death on the River, Angelica Grasswald is actually an immigrant who came to the United States. I wondered whether there were any plans to deport her. Diane said that there is a possibility of deportation, but she doesn't think that it will be prioritized because of the low-level conviction and because she's white, which is kind of a sad comment on today's immigration laws.
After writing so many dark tales, we were wondering if Diane was disenchanted with the world and all these awful things that happen. There is a dark, stormy side to human nature, but there is also a compassionate, caring side. She thinks that true crime stories bring out examples of both. Many families and friends of victims have gone on to embrace a cause and through it work to better the human condition.
Diane's mystery novels are sometimes very minorly based on true crime. I guess she has to get away from the true stuff every once in a while.
Diane will be appearing on a number of different TV shows in the new fall TV series, including the ever-popular Deadly Women on Investigation Discovery. She's also done episodes for shows that will air on the Oxygen Channel, Reels, and the Justice Network. In January, she'll deliver the keynote address at the annual Roanoke Regional Writers Conference at Hollins University. Right now, she's working on a new fiction novel and looking for a true crime case that will pique her publisher's interest. To find out more about Diane Fanning's schedule and her books, you can visit her website at dianefanning.com.
Those questions kind of say who Diane is. This book, I thought, was very well done. This was a case that really disturbed me.
Oh, I have to agree.
Angelique was quite a character.
I just don't understand how anybody can be that cruel.
I think she was more of a narcissist.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Not so much that she enjoyed being cruel, but it was all about her.
Her method of killing this man, she had to have a cold streak through her. There's just no...
Well, it wasn't
redeeming.
Just that. It was after he was dead, the way she treated the police and the way
she thought they were all going to be falling all over her because she was so cute.
Really bothers me that she pretty much got away with it.
She did?
Yeah.
And she got half his insurance money, which I Well, she was sentenced to 1.5 to 4 years in prison for his death. That, to me, is
a slap
insult.
in the face.
It is an insult.
And I don't think she did the full 4 years. I think it was after 2 years that she was released.
And she's walking around free today.
And why she's still in this country?
Taking up space.
Yes. Since her release, Griswold has returned to the Hudson River, where she and Villefort set out on their ill-fated kayak trip. She said she plans to return to Bannerman's Island in the spring with flowers for him. Even though it's a site of tragedy for her, she says she is still drawn to the island. It's like completing a circle, like facing your fears. She's so full of crap. I'm sorry. Diane did a very good job of writing this book. I don't think justice was done in any case in this.
They can only do what they can do.
But she told the story honestly, no sugarcoating it.
Well, the reason that she got such a light sentence was because the prosecution really could not prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that she pulled the plug and hid it with intentions of killing him.
Baloney. Okay.
Lack of evidence is lack of evidence.
I know.
Yeah.
We thank Diane and Edwin for joining us today. And remember about the National Book Conference. And then on October 25th and 26th in Ellicott City, Maryland, there is an event called Hallow Read. And if you go to hallowread.com, sign up to attend, use the code Dark and Stormy, and you'll get 15% off your admission.
This festival is a gathering of paranormal, steampunk,
suspense,
all the kinds of spooky books and authors. So if that's your thing, definitely come and join us. This will be a first time for us, and we are very excited.
And that's in Ellicott City, Maryland.
Which is a very historic town in Maryland, and that should be a very good atmosphere for all things spooky.
Yes, it should.
Yes.
Also, don't forget to check out Mystery Rat Maze podcast.
Kings River Life magazine now